Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office arrests 2 people for a shooting that sent 1 man to the hospital. It happened yesterday at the Houma Sam's Club. Detectives booked 18-year-old Jacob Luke Jr. and 37-year-old Heather Luke with armed robbery and attempted first-degree murder. They say a suspect approached a couple demanding the woman's purse. A Good Samaritan attempted to intervene when he was shot in the foot. The suspect then ran away. Detectives took Jacob Luke Jr. into custody a short time later, and they later found evidence linking Heather Luke. The Good Samaritan is in stable condition, and the victims of the armed robbery suffered minor injuries.